Hi everybody, welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. It is a brisk, cold day in January, but y'all, I am so ready to get outside and work in my outdoor garden. So I figured I would just do a January outdoor garden tour. I am in Southwest Ohio. I'm in Zone 6B, and we have probably had one of the best winters we've had in probably about 10 years. So there is snow on the ground all around me. And this snow actually came in almost a month ago at this time, 3 weeks for sure. We haven't had a good winter in so long that the garden pests have been out of control. So this year, I'm hoping all of this very super cold weather, all of this snow will really knock down that pest damage in this upcoming season. I had an issue with squash vine borers. I had an issue with cucumber beetles, and it was the worst I've seen in so many years. So this year, I'm hoping it's going to knock those down and we can get back to good harvests on pretty much everything we got in the garden. But let's take a look and see how things are doing. So those of you who are new to the channel, you might not know, but I also take care of this garden space over here. This is my neighbor's garden. I've installed 2 GreenStalk vertical planters over here for them, and I'm going to have to re-level those. Those are starting to lean a little bit, but mostly wooden raised beds. We do have 2 metal raised beds over here that we installed last year, and I love them so much. That's why I went ahead and installed more in my garden. And we have a couple cattle panel trellises back here. But this space is going to produce very differently this year because I had 2 massive trees in the middle of my backyard that are now gone, which is going to improve the lighting over here at the neighbors. So here's the neighbor's garden, and my garden is right over there. So let's head over and look at everything going on in my garden as well. This is my little orchard area that I'm designing. Now, it's cold and it's super early in the morning, so I'm gonna go as quickly as I can. But this is the little orchard area with peach trees, and I relocated this one here into this space here. But y'all, you see that? You see all of these little places? I'm in the shade. You might not be able to see it. But there are little bitty nodes on there that I believe this year we're going to get a ton of peaches. And we did get a ton of peaches last year, but some little fingers got it versus the house. So someone came and took all of the peaches off of 2 of my peach trees, and I only was able to harvest from 1. So this year, I've relocated this closer into the yard, so they're gonna have to come all the way into my yard if they wanna steal my peaches. And so we'll get peaches again on this one, looks like. And then over here, I have brand new apple trees, which I believe they are surviving the winter. I got them in the ground and they got established just fast enough before all of this nasty weather came in. These are all of my strawberry GreenStalk vertical planters that I need to put back together, which I didn't get to before the weather came in. And this is a new peach tree. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not expecting peaches on this one or that one over there because I just put them in the ground. So, you know, they'll survive, but I'm not expecting peaches. If I get some, that's a win. But it's got some really nice places on it, right? Like, look, it looks like I might get peaches. A few anyway. And over here is the new garden design. It looks like my little blueberry bushes survived as well. Now we're gonna hit 50 degrees for the next week or so. So we should be in good shape. We're coming out of our winter deep freeze. But The garden looks amazing for a nice winter day. In all of my beds, I was able to get them covered with leaf mulch before this bad weather came in. So all the beds were prepared and they were put to bed for the winter. The only thing that I didn't get out that I really wish I had were all of my Brussels sprouts. So let me show you how I lost the opportunity to enjoy those Brussels sprouts. So over here, I had quite a few Brussels sprout plants. And Brussels sprouts can take some cold weather. You know, a little frost here or there will make those Brussels sprouts even sweeter. But when it's negative 20 degrees for like 3 days and doesn't get above freezing for 3 weeks, that's a whole nother story. Brussels sprouts cannot bounce back from that kind of weather. And that's one of the reasons I garden indoors in the winter months versus trying to garden outdoors. In zone 6B, you can probably garden for about 10 months out of the year. You can get some light frost in November and December, but by January, you're not growing outside because it is not unusual to get a day in the garden at 0 degrees Fahrenheit, right? That's not unusual in January and February. But after that, if you work with frost covers and keeping your cool season crops warm, you can get some things like Brussels sprouts for sure. It's one of the cold hardiest plants I have. Collard greens is another one. Carrots, you can overwinter in this area as well, but it's not even worth it for the 2 months. So I just grow indoors in the winter. But here we go. We are just a few months out from really, really getting out here and cleaning up the Brussels sprouts. That's the first thing we got to do. And then I have one more raised bed that I need to get put up. I need to also finish with all of my GreenStalks. I put them where I wanted them to be, but I didn't level them out or anything like that. Here's some more apple trees over here. And last year I did get like 2 apples over here. That's it, 2. I really believe this is the year of the apple for this part of the apple orchard. I mean, this tree is every bit 4 inches around. It's been in place long enough. Apples grow on, and I believe this is true, unless I'm getting it mixed up with my peach trees, but apples grow on 2-year-old limbs. And I definitely have nice, strong limbs for these apples to get established on. So hopefully we will be bringing apples in here this upcoming season. I do have a couple more trellises I need to put up, but that's really it. This is the first year I was able to really, really put my garden to bed the way I wanted to and do all of the remodeling that I wanted to do at the end of the season. And if I had needed to do this now, y'all, I'd have been in trouble. My travel schedule got me all over the place and I don't have a lot of time at home now. So I'm glad I took advantage of that time when I had it. Like even over here, this peach tree gave me a ton of peaches last year, a ton of peaches. And these are the ones we were able to enjoy and bring in the house. And I've already trimmed this tree up, and yes, it's growing at an angle, but I think it's too late to fix that. But it's trimmed up and it's ready to produce again this year. Now that one I can't relocate. That one's kind of established and it is where it's going to be, as is with this one here. But we're so close to the house, I can run off anybody that wants to mess with these peach trees. They're front and center. Y'all, it's been so cold. I haven't even been able to get my lights, my Christmas lights from outside. It's just so cold out here right now. Maybe this weekend when it warms up, we'll get all of those lights up and put up for the winter until next season. Indoors we're good, but outdoors it's just too cold. For the areas that don't get a lot of sun, you can see that this snow hadn't even thought about going anywhere. For the longest time, I didn't even have a sidewalk because the snow was over a foot deep. I mean, look at that. Christmas decorations still up. Whew. Y'all, you can't even see the whole sidewalk. Look at that. This part never gets sun. It's hard for this part of my front yard to get any sun. So we'll just have to hope that the next few days, this warm weather will kick in, this snow will go away, and we can start thinking about the plans for this upcoming season. So this is what Kim's Kozy Korner looks like in late January with one of the best winters we've had in a very long time. And I didn't lose anything but Brussels sprouts because we were already growing indoors. I hope you enjoyed the update of my outdoor space. And if you did, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. We will be back outdoors here before you know it. We're already starting the seedlings, so we can be ready to come outdoors as soon as the weather warms up and the snow melts. So until next time, and I hope there will be a next time that you hang out with me at Kim's Kozy Korner. Bye.